Love has many forms, isn't it? Mothers out there would agree and relate to what I am about to share, mostly. But anyone can really apply the teachings to their own lives. It's May 5th, 2025. Nice to see you all again. The nature of this experience is absolutely organic and natural. As I experience it, I'm sharing it. It cannot get more authentic and true than this. There is a sense of pleasurable joy, cheap joy, to twist and turn everything. That comes from a place of absolute rebellion. This is a condition of many minds as such out there. Today, as I am doing the work to live the word that came from within me to console me, to calm me, to soothe my soul. I'm certain and I'm positive I'm doing my very best to live it. Otherwise, there is no spirit in the teachings. At some point, we need to catch up from the point where we're lagging behind, dragging. So I would like to think I have caught up and I'm living in the moment, and I'm even one day's events and happenings and the thoughts are seems overwhelming to process, and then clean it up, clear it up, and then start another day. So as I am putting in my very best efforts to live it, find it. See, sometimes after going round and round and round and going through layers and layers of therapies and this and that, ultimately one tends to just go inward and find the answer. It's the nature of the soul's journey to seek that freedom. That's what it came here. It came here to teach the spirit that is in this body to create thoughts and generate energy that makes sense to the soul that is within. One needs to go through it to understand, to come out of it. And once we come out of it, then we can experience the freedom. Understand? The soul naturally seeks to be free. That's why when we are oppressed, we are bound, we are controlled, we don't like it. There is a natural sensation of just let me be free, let me do what I want to do. And then one learns from the mistakes. That is, if you have a life of reflection and um, have a passion to perfect yourself, transform, instead of just blindly getting pushed through whatever comes your way. I'm talking about a passionate journey in this life. Can it make a little more sense to me than what is just going on happening and for too long and gone too far? I know there are many out there that just wants relief. And a mother's heart here is just exploding to just like a mama chicken just gather my sons and daughters and just shake them up, let all the myths and all the delusion just fall off and let the truth come out and shine, and then I can tell them, see what I mean? This is what you really are. Let's go home, make some chai, drink and enjoy our company as we see each other eye to eye and feel heart to heart. Is there anyone out there that is open to seeing and hearing? I'll share how I came to this, because every time I think, okay, I have finished one album, I've finished sharing my thoughts, which are so beautiful, and I listen to it and I feel empowered, I feel strong, I feel like all the debris and all the dirt that I have rolled into and thrown on me is all being cleaned up, and I feel like I'm in this space, I've made it. Then another big wave comes, right? So it's an ongoing, I guess it's a lifetime journey. Everything that is created has an end, unless it's eternal, isn't it? So there is a finite circle that we go round and round, and then there is an infinite intended something that exists. It cannot be created nor destroyed. So it just comes, does the drama, and then goes back. That's what the world is all about. We keep coming back to learn this. Sometime, somehow we're gonna get it, and we're gonna make a mark. We're gonna leave behind something that lives on for others to may or may not follow. So details are not important, but there are things happening, and I'm observing and I'm watching, and one thing leads to the other. And so this month a couple of things happened. We have left behind the journey of love. Beautiful messages came. Now we are here. I have no idea what I'm going to call it or what it is called. That's why it's spontaneous. It's you never know when it's going to happen, because it's natural, it's organic. So everything basically that we think that has happened or is going to happen, it's all just gets destroyed if You are made of truth, and if you have the uh, drive to live in truth without falling for the deception and lies, it has to be a choice. For me personally, it's been, no matter how deeply I am in the delusion or how far I have fallen into my sorrow or my depression, whatever that layer is that um, is affecting the soul in such a way that this other thing that just erupts completely opposite to what I was feeling. You have to be on the path of truth, because when that shows itself to you, you bow down. Bow down. It doesn't matter how deep the rebellion is. When you're touched with so much love, with a word or a song, you simply bow your head and fold your hands and let it touch you, let it feel you, and let it fill you with that powerful, powerful love, and just lift you up. Lift you up, and you're in a better place. You're not in that place anymore that you thought you were or you're going through. That's just my experience. I certainly wish that everyone can be touched and given some meaning to their lives. Everybody has that voice within. Everybody has a spirit within. Everybody carries a soul. If I am right about what I'm experiencing. So one thing led to the other, and there was this accumulation of thoughts and energy, and I woke up this morning very, very, very heavy. So I told myself, instead of distracting oneself to not be in the true feelings and emotions, just let's go through it, because it's one of the teachings that came from my own self, to master the emotions. It's very difficult for a woman. No other person can understand what's going on in their bodies and their minds. It's a very vast and very intense process, as the woman's body is changing every minute, circumstances, relationships, and what happens in them, all these things. So I thought I would just write it out, write my heart out to the Lord, to the God that I've been praying and seeking blessings from, and beautiful, heavy, heavily loaded with tears and feelings came out, and I wrote it. And this is the answer to that. And again, like I said, one thing led to the other. You have to continue living, continue. Bless yourself, eat your breakfast, continue the life, the flow. Let it flow with awareness, with a little bit of life in it. It cannot crash, it cannot break down. It will rise. That's the nature of the spirit. It rises. Because it's light, you see, it's light, not heavy, so it rises. Anything that's light can rise up. It doesn't get pushed down with heaviness. That's not how the soul needs to feel. Free means it's light. It lifts itself up and flies high, isn't it? Does that make sense? In simple words, anyone can understand. This is not for, there is no age gap here. I have grown up being humbled by my son's presence in my life. So grateful. So then this erupted. I said, okay, because like I said, I never thought. I thought it's finished. No, there is no end and there is no beginning. It happens when it has to happen, depending on what the circumstances. That's why this place is a beautiful place of no pushing, no pulling, no control. It's a feeling of being free. Simply put, it's a feeling of being free to live the life and to love also freely. Think about it. What does it really mean somebody hurt you? Somebody's doing this, so I am hurt. Somebody did this to me, so I am depressed. No, it's all within us. We do it, we get the result. You hit the wall with your hand, and your hand is what's gonna get hurt. Nothing else is gonna change around. Just wake up from that spell. Nobody knows what's going on in anybody's mind and heart unless you're ready to be truthful and honest. And the one person that you can be truthful and honest and connect at that level is your own self. It will be wonderful to have somebody to connect at that level, but everybody is just connecting with whatever parts that they're seeing from outside. Whatever you're saying is what they're hearing, and however they are feeling is how they're going to receive it. Whatever the mind is filtering is what's going to be transferred from here and there. So see, nothing is real, nothing is true. Everybody is in some kind of a deceptive loop and some kind of a denial, trying to figure out who they are, what they're doing here. So that's how I ended up here. And it's a feeling, so strong within you that there are these thoughts that are like, it's like an app, it just starts in the mind. And then okay, this is a time to just record it, or it's all a play, you're playing a role. So I'm just recording it here in my Audacity software, and I'm sharing it with you. There's nobody around here. So one can, depending from where you come from the place of insanity, if you're really seeking freedom, this may sound sane. And people who are in delusion and denial that they are in very sane place, they will call me insane. So easy. If it applies to your life and it makes sense, then take it or leave it. So my recent revelation has been this, is that everything, your thought, your mind, your thoughts, your words, your deed, whatever you're doing, in a nutshell, just all crunched up in one sentence, is that anything that binds is a trap. Think about it. Anything that binds, your thoughts. If you have thoughts, I can go into, we will elaborate on this in the later segments. So see, now it's building up, and now I am getting the picture. See, I am being expanded as this is happening in the space and time. So we have begun another journey here, and we will continue on this as we go on. You may think it's too heavy, but if you keep listening over and over again, it will create the space, and when the mind is free of distractions and thoughts, then it will make sense. So everything, your thoughts, your word, your deed, that binds. What binds you is an uncomfortable feeling, isn't it? You don't want to be bound. You want to be free. That is assuming that you're not addicted to being bound, or you think that's what the norm is. Okay, that's a different deep level, but let's just assume you're out of it and you're seeking relief, and there is a hand that is trying to get you out of the drowning situation. Everything And everyone that is matter that you see is an object. A computer, a phone, a body, TV, whatever it is. Everybody, which includes matter. If it has the intention to bind you, it is a trap. You won't feel good there. You won't feel good. There'll be something nagging, there'll be something that just doesn't feel right in that place and space and time and with the people you're around. It won't feel right. So anything that binds, whether it's your ego, whether it's money that you're gonna get from it, or whether your ego is gonna get stroked and become even bigger monster, whatever that is, it's a trap. Yes, I am talking about even the organizations, the gurus. Okay, I have personally talked to certain gurus at a very high level that they have shed tears, because I don't know, there is some presence in me that is so innocent or just lets them open up. I don't know. They have cried, feeling very bound and just wanting to be free. Seriously. I am talking at a time people would be aware, big selection is going on for a pope, and on the other Hindu side there is a big selection going on for the Shankaracharyas. Trust me, I have come through all that, and I have been taught what it is to be free. And there are many stories that I can share, which we will see how it goes as we go along on this topic. Think about it. Now we're going to focus on what can we do to get out of this Alcatraz, get out of this mess that we have created here. It turns out that it is very simple. Pure love. It's life. So all we're doing here is creating a new path, new doors being opened. Go through that. Begin living a life. No need to do anything with all the negatives that would be. We are just simply going to another room. We're simply moving into another house where everything is clean and clear and in working condition. There are no roaches troubling you. There are no broken windows. That's the attempt here. That's the visualization here. If you want to walk with me and feel the blessings and this there is so much power with this, in this energy. It's powerful, and the story is not over until I share it. So that's how it goes. Most of the things out there, it's not true. It can simply be changed by a song or a word from outside. It's the only simulation you need. You don't need anything else, because anything else from the world of deception you do, then it just accumulates. There is no justice. There is no court that offers justice. You are going, you're trying to get justice for a crime or for a criminal from another criminal. So see, it's just one layer into the other, just accumulating the lies and the deception, and it just goes on and on. Really, who really can give you justice? It's in the court of your hearts. There's no fights there. If we have brought ourselves into a situation where we just have to go through it. You just don't touch it. You let it heal organically and naturally. I'm saying this because it's happened to me physically. I've had so many experiences that changed the way I thought. And there is no fear. the fear, the bucket kind of gets cleaned up. There's a different kind of power. Fear also has a lot of power, pushes around, it goes around, it's like fire. It just, arson, it just spreads the fire. But again, we're on this path for today. As I do the work also, finding my way out, cutting the branches, creating a path. To come out, see the truth, feel the love. This is just my book, my experiences, not from anything else. It's original, absolutely authentic. That's why I'm hoping that my last attempt here to be free and to let others be free, to see. Only time will tell if we are going to gather around celebrating this victory or not. It's an unwritten script. So we'll leave you with this thought. Everything and everyone that binds is a trap, and one naturally seeks to be free, not bound. I will leave you with that. Take care, do your best in the day, live your life as best as you can, and we will see you in the next one. It will be sooner than you think. Take care. Distortion and disturbance. Distortion and imbalance creates disturbance. Disturbance creates frustration. The whole problem is the distribution of matter in space. If created objects, people, matter is not equally and evenly distributed in the space, it looks chaotic, clutter. We talked about the soul wanting to be free. It is its nature. Like a puzzle, if the puzzle board has been broken into pieces, those pieces have to come back into its place in the space to create that beautiful form. Beauty attracts attention. Not just attention, it also attracts the other opposite forces. If it's not tamed, then it attracts the negative forces. But we're not here to glorify the negative or what is disturbing or what is distorting. We are simply here to understand the space. Think about it. Take some space, sit and think, and watch your thoughts. Is there any space between your thoughts? Is there any space between the thought patterns and the words that you're saying? Related to the mind's direction? Is there space between the words you're saying and the actions you're doing? When we boldly look within what is inside. He scatters it all out. See, it's scattered out so we can see it clearly and then put it back together in its right place. That's the work. But when it's all scattered, we feel crazy, we feel disturbed, we feel frustrated. But it's the puzzle maker and the puzzle solver. It's been handled. Again, pardon me with the noises all around. This is what I'm living here with. That's why these teachings are coming up, because I am asking myself, what can I do? What can I do? How can I change the pattern of an equal and opposite reaction, which is normal? Can we break from that and go into a different portal and work from there? Is that what God's doing? Is that what I've experienced? Because I do feel loved. I haven't received the love that I thought I should from the person I thought I should receive. There is something beyond, above and beyond what we see out there. It's for anyone who is in whatever level they're at in their journey of self-transformation or realization, whatever that is. The real and the unreal can actually exist very close to each other, the very fine gray area. This one time, me and my son were having a conversation, and I said or did something which caught his attention, which is rare because it's very hard to please a perfected mind like that with all the energies that are extremely intensely at the highest level. And he looked at me and he said, Amma, is that real? Or were you just acting? So I smiled, understanding that I did catch his attention, and I said, what do you think? That was the end of the conversation. But that's it, right? Everybody is in their own world, with their mind, with their bodies, with their journey back home. So as soon as the mind thinks that it knows, it's read somebody's mind, it's very strongly psychic, it's understood the energy, think again. This message came to me a while ago. You think before you know, and you act before it's time. When the thought comes before, we are absolutely sure that's what's happening. There's no space there. It's like that immature, childish energy that comes in front. Me. I want it. Covet it, possess it. It's an immature energy. Animals are okay because animals only are at that level of understanding creation, and it's natural for them to come together, create its children. It's there is a limit there. But when it comes to human beings, if that energy, the base energy, is not tamed or it's not perfected into a mature level, it's very, very, very disturbing to the one carrying it and to everyone around it. It is so disturbing. It stains your mind. It stains you to a level where you have to throw away the garment, cannot clean it up. And think again, if there is cleaning up to do, there's work to do. There is a process, it's a journey. If you start something, if you start to fix something that's broken or to clean something that's dirty, you have to take it all the way. It's not like one time you do it and then you get bored and you go away. See, these kind of attitudes in daily living, everyday living, is what we are going to carry everywhere. We cannot hide the corruption, we cannot hide the deception inside and then outside be something else. If there are eyes to penetrate and see you through and through, it will know everything, it will know all the layers. If you start cleaning up, you clean it up all the way. No postponement, no piling up and then doing it one time and then wanting credit for it. See, we have to catch up, come back to the positive side, at least come back to zero and then slowly rise up above it. Understand? We have to transition from the negative energies that has laid such a heavy burden on us and our souls, making it believe that we cannot rise above it and fly. We cannot. But once we clean all that up and come to the positive side, then we have to maintain it. We have to continue going in that direction. We can't keep falling back down all the time. Then it's that much work to do. Easy to break something. It takes work to build it all over again, isn't it? Then you have to follow it up. You have to follow it up and welcome the test. Train it, experience it. Once you experience the truth of who you are in the space and how to occupy the space beautifully, then it's just practice and then continuing to maintain that. Then there is steady, consistent experience of love and truth that keeps fine-tuning your character. That's all it's all about. Ultimately, your all-round character that can exhibit virtues, that can radiate a light so beautiful that the ugliest and the dirtiest of energies just gets washed away. If anyone has anything like it, it can stay around, which is what love is. That concept of love doesn't have offense. It doesn't take revenge. Think about it. So we're going to take it to the next level of what normal human beings can do. It will be beautiful. It's just theory. Being in that balanced state is what radiates maturity. Being able to tackle situations where it's finding a resolve instead of adding more dirt into it. Like if you want to clean up, if you take a dirty scrubber and if you start scrubbing the dirt, what will happen? If the scrubber itself is dirty, it's gonna add to the dirt, isn't it? Then what's the point in getting frustrated and angry about it? Back off for a second, create a little space so you can see clearly. We cannot be in the dirt and clean up the dirt, can we? You have to get to the shore to understand where you have been drowning. Somebody has to save you first, get you out of that. So that's what in my life, it's been an intervention beyond and above my imagination of what it is. I have been saved, I have been protected. And you feel so grateful and you bow down to that, It can touch any walls. It doesn't matter how strong it is, and it can dismantle it, because the truth is they're not real. They're not real at all. Sometimes what is so real is not seen by the eyes, isn't it? It's felt, it's experienced. That's how beautiful the human creation is, because of what it can perceive and do. See all the manifested things in the world. That is one level of its intelligence, that what it can do. But on this other side, we are into looking into basic human relationships, of how one human being can excel in its manifestation of the highest potential of what it can do. It can feel, it can share, experience life to the full throttle, no compromises, a clean home, we've done all that enough, we've fought enough, we have tried all the, we have slept with all the vices and we have experienced it. At least I am on that path to experience the absolute perfected love, kindness, forgiveness, and all that. It's just too vast. I am on that journey to explore that. Fill the spaces with sounds that are a blessing, that are so beautiful that even the ugliest and dirtiest energies will start to look beautiful. It is that powerful. That kind of stain is a colorful and tolerable stain, carrying one's body with grace and dignity. That's what it is. Going above the animal nature is to be able to understand the creative energy and experience it in its true nature of its existence, not less, no more. Just the perfect energy. When it wants to come together, create, if it's meaningful, it does it. There is no push, there is no pull. It is a respectful place for that energy. Respect it. You adore it, you worship it in a very sanctified way. There is no need to eliminate, there is no need to disintegrate, there is no need to dismantle, there is no need to disconnect. We connect the right way. When we connect the right way, the right wires are connected. The rest of the deluded wires that are pretending to be the real thing, connect me, it goes away. We're not going to connect with that. Then the current flows properly, the light burns evenly. Free to fly, we're getting there. Then what? How do we fly? We need something to fly. We need an airplane, an helicopter. Visualize it that way. That's what this body is. How do you... The word fly is used because there is space all around it. Birds fly in a space. That's how airplanes were created. How do you think? Everything, all the colors that it all exists already, and it's being transformed and mutated into other energies, other forms of creative matter. The same thing happens on the other side also. The deception, the lies, all that just mutates into one form of another. It's all the same thing. There's nothing great about that. So we as souls matter in this body. We are flying in this space that is all around us. When there is overlapping too much, then there is chaos. Like parasites stuck on you, can't get relief. You must have watched, there are these whales that come to the shore to seeking help from humans to get off the parasites off its back, and they use this big power hose to wash it off. It's a very satisfying video to watch. Get off the parasites, so you can be in your own color of true skin and pure energies. And even at that time, even if the parasites come, they won't stick on you. They won't have a handle to hang on, because you're clean. So that's how the Holy Spirit, the energy of that pure love is so powerful. It is like a power hose. It's just the presence of it. It's just being in its presence is. You just melt into the space and become one. And you go back home and you're like, wow, what just happened? So it's work. It's work. As long as we're living and we're breathing, it's work. When we have work to do, we get up, we do the work. Then we come back into the space. Be in the space. Watch animals. That's exactly what they do. We can learn so much from animals. For me, it was a big, quantum leap. For me, it was a big transitional mode when I had the experience with the animals, pets in our house, cats, dogs, parrot. So precious. They connect so beautifully without deception, without having all these weird thoughts in their mind. So pure. And brings out the most beautiful part of you to love. It's natural. It's natural for the human being to react that way. A touch makes you feel a certain way. A word of encouragement and support, it makes you experience strength. Beautiful song brings out those tears when you connect with the emotion from where the song came. Put the first step. That's all it takes. Put the first step and then one step after the other. It's possible. So many people have come to us to receive this work, and it's very sad. I feel empathy, and I feel very sad sometimes that certain souls were chosen and given such high experiences and beautiful gifts, but it's not used well. They disrespect it. Have to be honest, there has to be at least some virtue there, some goodness there that can tell you, hey, you're not what you think you are. Just let it go. Just create a space where you can experience God in such a way that you can change as a human being. Before you go telling others what to do or be the policeman, are you really capable of doing that? Are you really there? Ask yourself. Ladies, women have a lot of power. They can either destroy or they can maintain a beautiful home. They have the power. You can do it. It's not working, let it go. All the time shouting, screaming, even if you're right, that's sometimes, especially with men and women, we're very different. Men are very linear, and women are like a wave flowing. First, you understand yourself. Then slowly start connecting with the parts that can get along and connect. There's no end to the other side of war. There's no end to war. War has to end. War has to end. Something loving and more powerful has to rise up and change the minds of those that are seeking pleasure in war, seeking pleasure in creating conflict in other people's lives and families. Disgusting character. Relationships can be very beautiful, no matter how close you want to be with that person. Family comes first. Your personal life and your professional life, they have a place. You cannot mix and match both anytime you want, and even the most corrupted level of crimes and sin now, it's like a very professional. That's what it's all about. No. Separate it, lay it out in the space. Look at it with some kind of an integrity. Find it within you. If you don't have it, create it. He will give it to you. It's a new kind of cleaning up, Clean waters. It's a spirit. It's an energy. It feels, sometimes you feel like there is an invisible glory of rain. It's just like you feel wet. You feel like you're drenched in that. That's the word. But you're not wet. You feel very free and clean. So the struggle is all about to understand the body, the journey within, and how you can live. Don't have to run away. Don't have to push everything away, although it's good to take some space to do the work, figure it out, understand each other, give each other the space, give each other the time to work it out. Each one has their own journey. Understand. Have that compassionate understanding as a friend with each other. Nothing, otherwise it doesn't work. So join me. Don't be afraid. It's not gonna ruin anything. You're only gonna have a better life. In fact, you can have everything that you desire for. You can take it to whatever level you're comfortable taking it. There is not going to be any oppression here. The sensation of respecting, the sensation of loving and caring, it's a very deep level of truth. Fills your heart. You feel good, You feel worthwhile. This life seems worthwhile. So let's get above all of this and find that place in our heart where we can be in the space with peace, peace and joy. So we catch that mind that it's more like the brain. When most of the intelligent people are affected by this, geniuses. We want to be successful, to get used to being a failure all the time and understand what that means exactly. It's not pushing forward, it's not. We got to take a break from this world's especially through the body and what it has gone to. If you want to wear something that's comfortable, cover your shame, be comfortable, that's it. There's no more to it, value to it than that. So we'll continue on these topics. I think for today it's heavy enough. Understand this space. The soul seeking to be free, to fly. That was the first topic. Now we're going deeper and elaborating on mundane, practical topics of what it exactly means for you to live in this body, to think, use your thoughts, eliminate. It's not about accumulating and burden ourselves with all that work. There are workers to do that also. You have to understand who your people are. What kind are you? For that we have to understand the space that we are in. Bring in the attitude of awareness to understand the consciousness inside of you, to be able to abide by the conscience, to be able to obey. Help is here. Ask if you want to come out of it. Instead of being addicted to those energies of anger and violence and getting everything done with some kind of a perverted, seducing energy, don't fall for it. So find that strength, the soft power. It's all there. It's within anyone and everyone. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it together with you. Understand the space. What you want it to be. Eliminate something that is not what you are. When you start to, it's like backtracking. Start to do that, you start to feel better. Like someone was saying, yeah, cleaning up does feel good. Does feel good. And when your home radiates that kind of peace and beauty, at least if it's not going to help anyone, it does not cause any harm. Want to get out of trouble, right? So let's continue the good work and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Let's celebrate and pray for all the mothers out there today. It's almost night in India. May 11th, 2025. It's daytime in other parts of the world. Blessings to all the suns out there that made beautiful mothers. I had a good day, personally. Made a choice in the morning to be happy and radiate love. Just sitting in the space, wondering what beautiful thoughts might cross my mind, and squeeze out the essence of the experience. What do I really want to do? What do I really want? And I was hunting for the most meaningful answer. Living life for a mission. Serving with a purpose. Breathe for love. You see how profound and intense these thoughts are as it manifests in the mind that is seeking for a blessing and an answer in the space. This energy really slows you down so you can see clearly and hear clearly. We talked about space. We were talking about the thoughts, the words you say, and what you do using this vehicle as a body, and create a story that you're animating in your life. Like a movie in the screen exists, and then there are people and objects moving around, making noises and sounds and music and whatnot, and creating a story, and then the screen remains. Something like that. It's kind of like recharging an object that you're using to reuse again, as long as it's going to be alive. That's how simple it is. That's the truth of this existence in this body. The thoughts and the minds and all the wonderful things we do in the name of life and living and loving. So why not create a good story, huh? A good ending. Feel good movies. Feel good life. Feel good conversations. Feel good thoughts. Feel good actions. I think it is time for all the good light that was already existing to be now seen. It's not really hidden within, it's just been buried because of other choices we make. It's always there. But we have to say, find it, it's hidden within you and all that, because it's been buried under, pushed somewhere, neglected, ignored, disrespected. So for it to peek out and come out again, it needs a comfortable and safe space to shine its light. And one can actually create that space. Are you with me? Are you with me? Ikaw. We are free to fly. That was the first message. Fly where and how? In space. Then we need to understand what that space is. Beautiful message came once. When we realize what is between us and the us is really one and the same. When we realize that, then we are one with what is and comfortable with what isn't. We are one with what is and comfortable with what isn't. This one paragraph can take us into a steep and deep sermon of understanding and experiences. Constant exhibition of what isn't in the background, isn't it? That is exactly what I'm talking about. You get to a state where you're so comfortable with the noise, with evil, with wars, so all the things that is just not is. By now, there should be a part within that is actually living the truth of what it has revealed itself as and into. Let me say that again. By now, there should be a part within that has risen enough to realize what it is and where it is. I just put it in different words. To wake up to what am I doing here? What's going on? Because the level at which the hurt and the hate and all those other emotions have taken over is it's ridiculous, isn't it? Peace and joy and all these wonderful things, it seems so far from reach and buried that no one cares. Everybody's in a spell, going round and round in the same paths of repetitive, ritualistic pathways. So if you want to do the work, you find this one part that is within that starts to feel a little different in its space. Then you feel you are there in the space but you're disconnected. So when you're one, how do you feel one with the space? Is when you join the dots of all the beautiful things that has happened in your life. Give it a little space and think. You are that. You become one with the space, right? You're occupying the space. So you're actually in the energy in orbit of what is actually hanging you in there. When you become one with it, meaning you're aware what's happening around you, little things. You're observing it, you're watching it. Your consciousness is radiating something different than what the normal reactions would be. Let's just say you're witnessing some fight, somebody's fighting, somebody's angry, and they're exchanging all this disturbing energies back and forth, and you're sitting there watching. What can you do? You can radiate a blessing, you can radiate a prayer just inside of yourself, quietly. And that can push away those energies, fill the space with the radiant light and dispel the darkness. And you smile because one small event has been diffused. Everybody experiences in different ways. You can't really confine it to one particular box. That's why it's vast. Each one can experience their own way of living this life, and it's huge, it's big. If everyone does it, then we connect with the good parts and the good intentions. It can be magnificent. I'll share a small experience. This happened years ago when this was just beginning to happen to us, and the prayer level, the experience level was very high, and it was side by side with what isn't. That's what we're talking about, which was hardships and failures and attacks and people just taking and taking and taking and illegally cheating, corruption, you name it, health issues, relationship issues, everything was just happening at the maximum level. But on the other side, this was also happening. This part rising up to walk around with a smile, pray for somebody. Presence was strong, the spirit was very, very strong. You can feel it move it through your body. Very heavy, sometimes very light, sometimes hot, sometimes cold, depending on the circumstance. So I had gone to the bank for some worldly act of mundane existence. It's very difficult. The wobble was very great, so you have to really pull yourself out of this state of mind where you're so high and trying to cope so you don't fall apart. Sitting there, I was just waiting for somebody to do some help, and there was this old lady just barged in, completely chaotic, messed up, anxiety at the highest level and falling apart, screaming bloody murder. And she was doing it slow and nice because she was old and walking slow, but the energy was trying to fill the space with its power of negative, very violent, very disturbing. Poor lady. And she couldn't even tell the issue properly because she was so disturbed. I was sitting right there, her eyes laid on me as she connected with me somehow. And right away I started to pray for her. Bless the Lord, whatever is going on, please help her. Put your mighty hand into the space and create a soothing peace of comfort and solution. And while I was doing that, I was also observing what was happening. It was instant, the effect. I'm not saying I sat there, I did something. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this was a lesson for me as I was continuing to experience His presence and what it can do spontaneously, very quietly and very humbly, sitting there and just blessing that lady, just praying for her. And then they were talking this, she was saying, oh, I lost my passport, I lost this, I left it in the auto, everything is in the purse, I don't know what happened to it, so I don't know what to do. So the bank people were trying to think about what they can do practically, and then saying, okay, you can stop the account, you can stop. It was not even a minute or two. The instant reaction, it was like a chain reaction. She was looking at me occasionally, and I was just smiling at her, just telling her, just calm down. God is watching, He knows what's happening, just calm down. And within minutes, this one auto guy barged in the bank, looked at her, said, Madam, you left your purse in the auto, take it. How did he know she was in the bank? I have no idea. I still can't put it together. Anyway, somehow these little details were filled in, and that auto guy was sent to the bank, caught that lady and gave her, and they didn't even do any before they could go into all the details of closing the account or blocking the cards. Everything was resolved just like that. And she was just breathing, and then again before she left, she looked at me And I smiled at her. I said, thank God it's worked out. And she left. So then I started to think, wow, that was awesome. Poor lady. That was such a blessing. God bless the auto guy. And then days later, I was sitting and she comes up to me. I stood up. I touched her feet, seeking blessings, because she was an elderly lady. She touched my head, she touched my cheeks. She was in tears and she looked at me and she said, "You prayed for me that day, didn't you?" I said, "Yes, Auntie, I couldn't see you so troubled, so I prayed. I'm so glad it worked out." Even for her, it was a very unique experience. It was a beautiful coming together as a thank you, Lord, for taking care of it. This is just a drop in the ocean. Really, I don't know if we can even track and even be eligible to be grateful for all the mighty works that the Lord does in the space. You see, He's a master of organizing and dismantling, putting things together. It's the work. He is clearing up the space, putting things where it needs to be, and so it goes with the souls, with us. Everybody is one thing leads to the other, and we're all heading towards a place where we need to be with whoever we're supposed to be or not. How I know all this and how I feel all this is a different story of how I came to it. So we'll save that for another time. It's too vast and it's too deep. But let's just say we've done some work and we've understood it, and now we're sharing these little thoughts of wisdom that can help you in your life to get out of this box, come out of this spell, wake up, and find that part that is actually knocking on the door. Open it, I want to be free. And then it will be no-brainer to choose the right thing to do. After all, everyone seeks to be happy. It's the most joyous thing to be. Everybody experiences peace once in a while, and it feels good to be one with the space, to be one with nature, to track what's happening around in the natural setup of our existence, coexisting with everything that is living and loving, creating, destroying. Basically, be part of the system, but the real system, not the made up system, and not the system that binds you and traps you, but a system where you're free to live, free to love, free to experience. Leave behind a beautiful story of your existence in the space through His grace. That's what it is all about. So, if you want to elaborate it in more simpler terms, think about all the times when you have been saved, when you've been helped. All that is God's hand. Doesn't matter, because He's not seeking recognition. There's no time for He's busy doing the work, and so should we. You can still choose to do worshipping, this and that, but there's more work to do in our day-to-day life, and just being ourselves and taking care of little things. It's enough. It's just that simple. His grace in your life, how much of it was you? And how much of it was some other higher hand controlling it? Controlling it meaning in control, not controlling to suppress or oppress or um, seek power, glory. The light doesn't need another spotlight on it. It's light. It knows what it's doing. Value life. Respect. Respect the spirit within. That is the real thing. It can change in just like that. It can change in one moment. Everything can change. A blessing can come so fast into that space, change everything. That's all it takes. One thought, change of mind. Then it's a ripple effect. Your heart changes. You start feeling. You start shedding tears in the real way. You start feeling life. You won't feel like doing it anymore. Whatever you're doing to create all this baggage, accumulation, your relationship with your own self, when it changes, then how you relate to others, it also changes. Like I said, you won't get mad, you're not connected with it, so there is no vibrating effect. You're not connected. You won't care. It won't affect you, it won't hurt you. You will start radiating love, you'll have compassion, you'll have kindness. And if there is any help you need to do, then it will be made clear what to do, what to say or think in that moment, and radiate that light in the space, because you can experience the presence of His grace. It's very simple. It's not heavy actually. It's very simple. It's just as simple as a loving touch, a word of encouragement, a look of understanding. So, all blessings and happiness to all the mothers out there, without whom we won't be here. May she be understood and respected for all the good things she's done, and connect the goodness within and with each other. And spread the light. May the love you're sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth, and bring new joy to every soul that is around. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. Be happy. Be happy. Let's be happy. Let's be very, very, very happy. It'll come. It's like filling a bucket full of trash. You keep filling it up with good water. Eventually it'll all clean up and be filled with good stuff. It's possible. It's happening. We will all be together once again, because we will recognize that we're one with the space in grace. Happy Mother's Day. It's May 12th, 2025. day after Mother's Day. We had a small gathering yesterday, just you and me. I am here to freely share a story, my personal story. I had mentioned in my previous talk that I talked to my mother yesterday and wished her Happy Mother's Day. She was very happy. She blessed me and said, keep smiling and keep laughing. May your life be full of joy and peace. And I felt very blessed. You might think, so what's so great about that? All my life, my mother and I were opposites. She was quite worldly with the challenging circumstances. She had to do what she had to do to keep the family together and manage finances and deal with all the stuff that she had to. So I pretty much grew up on my own, developing hate and bitterness and carrying on, creating a life of my own. Long story short, I do have a beautiful smile, but I was teased a lot for my teeth, and I never smiled. I grew up not remembering the smile at all. So this kind of stayed with me as a bitter memory and some kind of a block within me until, again, long story short, I met a beautiful soul that told me that's one of the most beautiful things I have is my smile. And then as this work began, I started to come free, if I may, find myself, become the woman that I am. So to hear my mother bless me in that way, to say keep smiling and keep laughing, because your joy and your little precious outbursts of laughter kept this family together. So I really appreciated that. It was very healing for me to hear that from her mom. She's old, she's in her 80s, and she's been through a lot. And I have seen God bless her and support her emotionally, spiritually, physically. And I have seen God shower His abundant grace on her, because I grew up also having a part of me that just loved her. Daughters are precious that way. The daughter-mother relationship is so sweet. So I came to sit here and share a few words, not knowing where He might guide me in the spirit to share a few words from my heart. Again, the consistent nature of the spontaneity of the spirit this energy is absolutely mind blowing, and I bow my head, I fold my hands, and I'm humbled to be here in this beautiful presence and let it move through me. Let it come out through sounds of words that are authentic, that are real, that is coming from a person who has had direct experience of something so much bigger than what we think is important in life. For a long time, I moved on with my family and my personal life, and circumstances made me disconnect with her just so some other things can be taken care of. And just recently I have been able to talk to my mother again, and the Lord is so graciously showing me that the work He has done in me is flawless. His hands that has touched me and healed me, molded me to become what I really am. Not what He wants me to be, not what anyone thinks I should be, but who I really am. Because all this work was happening to me, through me, and for me. Understand? Nobody is doing anything to me. Nothing was done to me. And I feel really successful. And He gives the credit to you. He empowers you. But like I said, in our hearts we know that it was not me, because I grew up quite broken and scattered. I have no idea how many people I have hurt or made them feel uncomfortable in my presence. And then now this is the extreme opposite, right? This is also very uncomfortable for people who might know me from where I came, but I am comfortable. I am comfortable in this space that God has created for me to be in at this moment, at this time. I feel safe, I feel comforted, I feel, it sounds weird because of what all the things happening in the world. Many people are suffering, many happenings are happening. But this journey that I'm on has been for a purpose, a calling, if I may. And He has used all my negative for my own good. He has used all my rebellion to turn it into something beautiful. He has used my willpower, my passion to do things, and all my intense energies into something so beautiful. It seems like a twin of the other opposite energy. That's how I feel like if I reflect on many experiences in my life. Because we say the same words, but the intention behind when I say I love you, I mean it. And there is a feeling in our hearts when we say that to somebody, rather than having a very evil motive behind. It's the good and the evil concept, the dark and the light concept. So to be able to come this far and be able to talk to my mother is a big deal for me, because I really remember growing up not wanting fights, not wanting hurts and hates. But the work is a process. It progresses in its own time and space. That's why it is exactly the opposite of all the pain and the suffering and what we feel is troubling us or is a problem. It is really hard to focus and follow this train of thought, leave alone sharing it, recording it. But it's good, it feels good moving through, it feels very good listening to it afterwards also. So this space here is full of love. It is actually one with the space. It's not thinking anything negative at all. What is somebody going to think? How are they going to hate me for this? How are they going to hurt me for this? How are they going to throw rotten tomatoes at me? Nothing. There's absolutely no distraction. It's a completely different line, completely different path. So parallel lines don't meet. There are no enemies. One realizes, no, I have the answer, so I can give it out. Because I've been praying and I've been thinking as I reflect on my story and tracking it and trying to get a hang of it. Where am I now? And where are we heading to? What can I do now? Serve with the purpose, breathe with love, and live on a mission. That's how the whole thing started. How you train the mind to think of the things that there was a hand in your life all the time, but we weren't mature enough to see it or realize it. It's like somebody was carrying us. But he does let you grow and realize on your own. He's a good teacher. And when we do realize, we're like, wow, he never let us go. So you start thinking about all the wonderful things that has happened in your life, collecting good memories, all the positive things, all the good things that's happened. And when that fills your mind, nothing else exists. All the other clouds, it just passes away. The clouds over fences, even though it's true and that's it, that exists, but there was a reason. The friction of suffering and pain and what it is bringing out, what it is squeezing out, is so much more beautiful and bigger and so much more powerful. It doesn't have to even fight, it doesn't have to ignore, it doesn't have to react, it doesn't have to do anything, just its presence. Trust me, this work is not some magic, it's not witchcraft, it's nothing to do with even a god or worshipping him or praying or rituals. Although all those things are a phase, we go through that to train our bodies and minds to do something spiritual, do something that pleases God. This is different. We are here to experience God's presence, God's love directly in our life. So for me, it's been like there's no time for anything else. I have been through that, and then I was certain real experiences happened to me. Like I said, this is not a dream, it's not a vision, although dreams and visions have been a part of my life. That's a different tangent. But see how the mind has integrated, can connect one thought to the other. Your heart, mind, and the spirit absolutely aligned with this intelligence that is orchestrating this piece of a presentation. It's beautiful. Blesses me. It's very, very humbling. There is noise around me. There's always disturbances around me. There's always some kind of a threat, which is again a delusion. But I'm not falling for it. I'm not even believing that that exists because I'm busy doing this. So slowly all those rituals and prayers and all that fell away, and I started doing this work to be in this presence and see what kind of a teaching I'm going to get. How am I going to challenge myself to rise up higher? How am I going to disintegrate the thoughts that are bothering me, that are troubling me about this one, about that one, and all these. I mean, it was just a big, it's an ocean. I have pulled it apart, taken it apart, put it back together. It all happened inside of me. And I'm sure he's proud of me, and I'm also proud of me. There's no ego here. There's nothing that is going to harm you. Nothing that it's in my opinion, I personally want it to be inspiring. I want it to be a blessing. And there's no threat here, like I said. So the negative forces don't exist here. This is so beautiful and so wonderful that I'm like, wow, it just blows away those energies, the toxic energies that drains your body, it disturbs your mind. When a thought becomes that powerful, it makes you do things, it pushes you around, whether it's fear, or whether it's offense, whether it's hate, whether it's some repetitive incidences from your past that keeps bothering your mind. We're not even going into that topic. We're just going on the track that has nothing but His grace. His grace. So we talked about be free to fly where? In space. And then you wait in the space for grace. Now we're back home to experience His grace in every way, in everything that you do, think, say, and be. That's your work. That's within us. That's why it's called self-realization. Is what's called. Somebody else can do this work for you. You can be in the midst of hell and you can do this work. You can be around all the people that hate you, that's giving you trouble, and you can still do this work quietly, silently, because it's a spirit within you. This is all we have control of, is our own self, our own thoughts. I feel like I'm a miracle. I should have died long back, all the things that happened. No, my pain became something else. My suffering was healed. My everything that I thought was happening just now seems unreal. But I remember everything. And and there's no delusion here whatsoever. A direct hand of God, a direct experience with His presence, and it fills you up with such love and compassion that you really go above and beyond even the body consciousness. And there is no magic or meditation or anything, but just being real in your life, being true to yourself, being honest about if there is goodness in you, it will rise. And for a mother, it's a big blessing. You're just a mother, you have a baby. It is so inspiring to want the baby to see the good in you, to see you as a mother that empowers and encourages, and make sure that your child grows up to be strong and beautiful. It's possible. It's doable. And as you keep doing this work, initially you feel shy because it's a gift. I remember when I was little, I used to love dancing, and when I thought nobody was there, and I was looking at this big mirror we had, and I was dancing, and I was just admiring myself. And then in the mirror I saw my family was just watching me from behind. I felt so embarrassed, I felt so shy that I was kind of like caught. I was just doing something beautiful. But see how even innocent children, innocent mindsets can feel guilty about something they didn't even do wrong about. So these kind of souls like me, I would say, is a obvious prey for all the other powerful forces out there that can just push you down, make you feel hurt, and you go into all kinds of negative states of minds, and you think you're fallen, you think you're weak. I'm still here saying beautiful words. I'm still here to share my experiences. Anyone can do it. That would be my word of encouragement and truth. Actually, it's a truth. So it's very powerful being a mother, because you would do anything for your child. Last thing you want to do is hurt him, right? So you would be inspired to rise up and do the needful, to do the work, to find that love within, to find that strength from within. And just watch these thoughts go by. It's okay. It's not that serious. You will come out of it. Okay, there is certainty. You will come out of it. Trust me when I say that. This is someone who has seen life, who has been to experiences so supernatural and so mind-blowing that I sometimes would wonder why me. I'm so dumb and foolish, and no, but that's what that spirit is all about. Simple living, pure love. That's what this world is lacking, isn't it? That kind of a pure love where anyone would feel comfortable to be around. Even the most intolerable and difficult heathen, doesn't matter. It can melt, it can change. Because that's what is available right now, is a word that touches your heart, frees your mind, lifts you up to experience His grace, and then you realize it's always been there. If you're chosen to be the one to choose a higher path, to walk that path, be that. Doesn't matter. You don't have to run away from your family. You don't have to go find solace or consolation from somebody else. No, you have to do it on your own. You're not alone. Even the thought that you're being alone, you're suffering, it's not true. So until you find that truth, he's gonna be there with you, just pushing you. So there's a very fine line to understand him or misunderstand him. So if you have a thought that is negative, he's doing this to me, he's doing that to me, okay, then you have to know that it's not. The same thing, he's doing it to me. Wow, he's pushing me. For what? You see? So it's just a matter of understanding the intention behind a good hand helping you and lifting you up for our own good. I'm so thankful that he didn't let me go. He didn't believe my lies. He didn't, because that's what that higher power is. It's everything that is not in the worldly things. It's higher than that. All the beautiful virtues and the strong character from within comes out. It's precious. It's beautiful. And it's strong. In turn, it's an internal work. When you create such powerful thoughts from within, it radiates an energy around you, a presence that is strong and obvious. And you know nothing can happen to you. Your faith is so strong. No one can touch you. Trust me, I have gone through some serious abuses in my life. But I don't have any more hatred. There is no residue. There is no... We're just accumulating this energy, it's going big, becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And your life changes, how you live changes. You carry it, you apply it in your life. Wherever you go, whoever you talk to, there is this background apparent. You're not scared because you know that you've changed. When the ball is being hit, wrong, it's a flaw. I'm not taking that blow. You see, I'm only gonna play fair. So if they're hitting at me illegally and I'm not gonna react, right? So each one finds their own way to survive. It's a very powerful spirit. Life is a very powerful spirit. I've had some very intense experiences in my body. So you think of death all the time. You think you're going to die because that's the first thing that comes to your mind. And then you come out of it, and the next one, and you come out of that, and the next one. So there is an accumulative energy. Before you know, you're here. Like, wow, how did I just do that? How did I cope with that? How am I still here? So the mind that seems scattered, even that's delusion. It's not. It's just blowing it away. And then when you see that all this drama was just on the screen and it was moving around, but the screen is there, you're there, nothing has happened. It's a remodeling experience. It's an extreme makeover, if you like me. Old bodies, old operating system is changed. Viruses are clean because this virus, what you call antivirus, is very more powerful. But it's not that I'm there, right? I'm sure there is a lot of work to do. Every day is different. You face it. You're not thinking, you see. The intelligence sometimes, especially with intelligent kids, they have a brain that's working flawlessly, are affected by it, are challenged. Because alongside of the intelligence you have and a successful, whatever you can do in the world, your talents, your gifts, there also needs to be character, there needs to be maturity. You have to overcome the immature. Basically this whole work is a personal development, your personal development as a the core nature of your humanity. When you perfect that, you become divine. You feel like you're divine. And human beings have that capacity to do that. And when you become perfected that way, then you realize you are a very humble masterpiece that He's created, and then you want to offer those gifts back to Him. What can I do now? So it changes. Until it changes, you can see clearly, and until you're confused, we have to continue to do the work to find some clarity and clearance. And when you create that space, you find His grace. When you find His grace, you experience His presence, and then you're free again. So we're back, the whole circle, we're back home to be free. Then it starts all over again. Are you following me? Free to fly in space and grace to be free again. It's beautiful, isn't it? So I feel blessed. I pray and wish that all my daughters out there, today my heart's going out to all the daughters, to be able to receive His grace and rise up with the faith and confidence to know themselves, to choose the higher path, to choose the loving path in everything you think, do, say. So it's a lot of work, but if you're smart enough, it's not that much work. You can get it done, because now I'm giving you the answer. It took a long time. It seems like it took a long time, but like I said, this is an organic process. It's a very spontaneous and very natural healing process. So I'm hoping that I have done the work, laid the path. I hope it's gonna be easier for my daughters. As a mother, I am praying that it becomes easier now. It becomes a little more delightful to live and see the blessings God has given in your life, and focus on the most important thing that is in your life, and give it all you have. It's worth it. And if it is a calling, go for it fearlessly. That's what I did. You may not believe it, but I had run away way too far in the IT field and this and that, but nothing was really becoming fruitful or successful or satisfying. Once I started this work, because the calling was great, I'm continuing. This is what I've been doing. This is what has given me strength. This is what has healed me. This is what has made me see what's more meaningful in life. I'm not running away from the world. I get the strength to get up in the morning and do my work happily, no matter what it is I have to do, no matter how mundane and how simple. I feel like living, I feel like loving, I feel like sharing, So I hope I did justice to this series of words. It doesn't matter if no one is here. So I was saying, like, you have a gift, you want to share it, but sometimes you're shy, and sometimes you're so scared that it's going to be shut down. It's going to be even from by our own doubts and energies that oppose us, because we do carry it. We are carrying it. There is a purpose. We have to recycle it. That's what's happening. We're just recycling these energies that's been coming from generations, and we're in a way taking it back home. We're releasing it. So it's a very big responsibility. Take it as an honorable job to do. It's not selfish. When we realize who we are, what we are, and we've done this work within ourselves, then our purpose in life gets more clear, and we can do it a little more better. In my opinion, that is my experience. But each one can have their own path, their own way they can help others, people. If you do have a serving heart and a kind heart, it needs to be tamed. It needs to come out the right way. Because you realize fighting and yelling and screaming and using your power, controlling, it doesn't work. It's not working. Then you go deeper and how can I do it? How can I fix this? How can I bring peace into myself, my heart, my family? What can I do to help? My son was a great inspiration for me, because I knew the truth in my heart that I love. So what would love do? What choice would love make at this point? You see? So the wanting to punish, although all that can happen and we overcome it, we go above and beyond it. Through that, we go through the fire to come out. We come out big. Don't want to destroy your building. Women have a lot of power within. She has the ability to do it. That's why she's been given this gift. Rise up, know yourself, open your heart, and be there for your family. Be there as a beacon, be there as an example to set and raise your children, and then let them be free to have their own path to experience and learn. It's a very satisfying feeling. You're free and you let others be free. Everything else, all the fantasy and deluded things that's out there in the world, falls away. It's not real. You're watching a fire on the screen. It's not real. You know that. So sometimes, especially like people like me, we need to experience it. Otherwise, I don't listen, or I don't trust anyone. So that's why he does that. It's tailored for you. So carry your spirit with grace and dignity and see what can come out of it. I promise you, it's going to get better and better, and you're going to start liking yourself more. Live the life that we have to the fullest. Self, whatever you are, come free, and then pass on, leaving behind a story. You will find your way, your own way, and with prayers in my heart, and sending lots of love, Let the hearts in love come together. Make this beautiful family more beautiful in the space that He will create for us. Live in it, share it with each other. And fulfill what we have come to give and receive.